Norway is venturing into a colossal $47 billion undertaking to transform the E39 highway into a marvel of engineering. Upon completion, the E39 will seamlessly stretch over 1,100 kilometers, providing a direct route between the cities of Kristiansand and Trondheim, and effectively halving the travel time. This feat will be achieved by eliminating the current necessity of 8 ferry crossings for any traveler journeying north. A portion of this funding will be allocated to the construction of what will become the longest and deepest road tunnel in the world, the Rockfast Underwater Tunnel. Its endpoint will be at the Bay of Bergen, extending a total of 27 kilometers, and is anticipated to be operational by 2026. However, this is merely a glimpse of Norway's remarkable standard in infrastructure design and human development. Given the severe landscape that Norway must conquer to establish a sustainable and efficient transport system, including fjords, frozen waters, waterfalls, and severe winter weather, it poses a considerable challenge to move people and goods. But Norwegians have innovatively turned this obstacle into an advantage through diversification. Dealing with such diverse terrain demands a vast amount of flexible and effective infrastructure. The Norwegians have perfected the art of harnessing the distinct features of each region. This ranges from the bustling industrial plains in the south, where the capital is also located, to the western fjords that can reach depths of 550 meters in the path of the E39. This extends all the way to the slim land passage that leads to the Arctic Circle and the furthest point of mainland Europe. Diversification is a critical aspect achieved through 4 cornerstones: roads, railways, ferries, and airports. A comparative analysis of the 4 components reveals a brilliantly orchestrated allocation of resources and infrastructures. The railway system caters predominantly to the high-density population hubs, mainly located in the southern part of the country, boasting a network spanning 4,237 kilometers. Presently, one of Norway's most ambitious infrastructure projects to date is underway, the Follow Line project. This project will create a connection from Oslo to the adjacent public transport hub of Ski. At an altitude of 125 meters, it will feature an underground dual-track, high-speed railway stretching 22 kilometers, facilitating the movement of people in and out of the capital, almost around the clock, operating 20 hours daily. Their road system, on the other hand, ensures quick transport among major population centers and caters to the needs of those primarily living inland. Norway's road network is equally noteworthy, with an extensive total of nearly 94,000 kilometers of paved roads and over 1,000 tunnels, posing significant competition even to Switzerland. Moreover, the furthest corners of the nation are conveniently serviced by a network of 52 active airports. To provide context, Norway, with a population of merely 5 million, exceeds the UK, a nation of 68 million, which only has 49 airports. Transport is a substantial concern in Norway, understandable when considering the stunning landscapes encircling the Arctic Circle and the country's sheer geographical size. Hence, the substantial number of airports is justified. Remarkably, among the 11 busiest airline passenger routes in Europe, Norway claims 4. These routes all originate from Oslo, heading towards Trondheim, Bergen, Stavanger, and Troms. However, the most emblematic mode of transport in Norway is undoubtedly the ferry. These vessels traverse the steep fjords of the western coast along the Norwegian Sea. Nearly half of Norway's population resides along this coast, with a quarter of Norwegians living north of Trondheim, heavily reliant on maritime transport, particularly for the freight transportation of food and other goods. More than 700 ports, including 32 major hubs, dot the thousands of fjords composing the coastline. Each of these transport networks is impressive in its own right, but the true triumph of Norway's strategy lies in its flexibility. realized through diversification. Given the diverse terrain of Norway and the differing transport needs for passengers and goods, it is not prudent to depend solely on one mode of transportation. This strategy is evident when looking at a population density map of Norway, which shows sparse population distribution. This scenario becomes more vivid when overlaid with maps of railways, roads, ferries, and airports. Trains primarily serve the major cities on the southern plateau, focusing significantly on the capital city, Oslo. Roads complement this by bridging the gaps between main railway lines, ensuring inland inhabitants are also catered for. Airports allow access to far-flung population centers located here, and here. Finally, ferries navigate the challenging western coast, home to roughly half of all Norwegians. Norway's effectiveness lies in its well-crafted design, integrating its unique features into a unified organic system, all while paying considerable attention to sustainability and environmental protection. As a result, Norway is recognized as one of the world's greenest countries. However, Norway isn't content to rest on its laurels. Bolstered by government incentives and an impressive statistic, 98 of Norway's energy hails from renewable sources. Almost 80 of car sales in Norway in 2022 were purely electric vehicles. This is the highest proportion of electric cars on the roads globally. Ruter, the company responsible for public transportation in Oslo, has a set objective to transition the capital's transport grid to be entirely emission-free by 2028. But it's not just Oslo or other major cities leading the charge. Since 2021, over 60 fully electric or hydroelectric ferries have been cruising the western fjords, serving both passenger and freight purposes. Norway is proactively looking to green this crucial part of their transport ecosystem further through eco-friendly marine fuels, such as ammonia and hydrogen. Collaboration between the private and public sectors in Norway has birthed the Green Marine Shipping Program, aiming to foster synergies within this sector. In mid-2022, Yara Birkeland, the world's first zero-emission autonomous freight ship, launched. This vessel has the potential to replace 40,000 diesel-powered commercial trips annually on the sea. As mentioned earlier, Norway's energy supply system stands as a testament to how sustainability, flexibility, and efficiency can align seamlessly. What is truly striking is that Norway is the leading producer of electricity per capita worldwide, generating more than 27,500 kilowatt-hours per person in 2021. To give a comparative perspective, the US produced just 12,314 kilowatt-hours. The explanation is straightforward. Norway ranks among the top consumers of electricity per capita globally. As you'd likely surmise, powering such a well-connected and efficient nation, situated in challenging geographical conditions, demands a considerable amount of electricity. Remarkably, 98 of Norway's energy is entirely green, with a whopping 88 hailing from water sources via 1,681 hydroelectric power plants, and an impressive 10 derived from wind power. However, a great nation's infrastructure isn't solely terrestrial. Did you know that Norway was the first non-English speaking country to connect to the internet through the US-based ANET? Since 1999, Norway's telecommunications infrastructure has generally been regarded as one of the most advanced worldwide, covering aspects like phone signal quality, usage rates, and the proportion of the population using online services. All of this is set within the framework of the Norwegian government's commitment to enhancing media and internet accessibility, aiming to lead in AI technology adoption. The means through which Norway can accomplish this is intriguing and relates to the nation's economic strength. Norway enjoys one of the world's highest GDPs per capita. In the 2019 Human Development Report, it ranked first, and the World Economic Forum identified Norway as the world's most inclusive economy. This means it has shown an impressive ability to spur growth across various sectors over decades and generate jobs for the wider population. This is quite different from merely accumulating wealth from natural resources and letting it languish unused, a distinction clearly evident. As we all know, the Scandinavian nations are, while Scandinavian countries often top international economic and social charts, Norway has a distinct edge over neighbors like Sweden and Denmark. Though 98% of Norway's energy comes from renewable sources, it's also Europe's second largest and the world's 11th largest oil producer, outpacing even the UK. This is thanks to the numerous oil rigs in Norway's exclusive economic zone in the North Sea. However, Norway doesn't consume this oil. Instead, the Norwegian government sells it and invests the profits in long-term infrastructure and social services plans. This strategy began in 1969, when oil was first discovered in the North Sea. The revenues established the government pension fund, Global, now the world's largest sovereign wealth fund, holding assets over $1 trillion, extending far beyond just funding the nation's pension plan. Presently, this vast wealth significantly contributes to Norway's public expenditure, spanning pensions to social services and subsidies, including investments for managing its rugged landscape and fueling its remarkable transportation network. It's truly ingenious how Norway, one of the world's largest oil producers, leverages its oil reserves while simultaneously constructing an eco-friendly society. In a significant move in 2021, the Wealth Fund officially divested from all oil and gas shares, reinforcing its commitment to fully green policies. It's worth noting that before discovering oil, Norway had harsh conditions and one of the lowest GDPs in Europe. However, unlike other oil-rich nations, this discovery didn't lead to corruption. Thus, Norway's journey to becoming exceptionally well-designed is compelling. But that concludes this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.